Zach, please lead us into this bantamweight contender fight.
I'll lead us into the bantamweight contender glass. I say glass because I'm pouring another glass of decoy. But more than anything, if you don't follow us on Instagram, again, fuck you. I post some funny stuff sometimes. And today I asked a poll. We had 50%. We had 2 whole people vote one way and 2 whole people vote the other way. Because I posted a picture and asked if you thought you would see Dillashaw, Killishaw, Dollar Billishaw this weekend, or if we would see TJ from pre-K. And personally, I think we're going to see TJ from pre-K. No disrespect to the former champ. He did some bad things back in his day. He definitely treated some dudes like they were his fool. But, one of the fights he's known for doing EPO on was for the Henry Cejudo fight, which Henry Cejudo beat his ass. I
Can I
don't.
make one point on this?
Yes, please. I think we can go.
This was going down from 135, where he was a champion, to 125 to retain a second belt.
No, he claimed he used EPO to make weight. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but he also looked like a shell of himself. This guy lost every ounce of fat on his body to get down to 125. His face looked disfigured because he lost so much weight. So you have to take that into consideration.
No, it was brutal. I'll give you that. It was absolutely fucking brutal. However, at the end of the day, Sandhagen is crafty. Sandhagen can switch stances. He can do things that I don't think any other bantamweight can do. I don't know if I see him contending for the title right out of the gate against Jan if Jan wins the rematch, but I would absolutely love to see them run back Sandhagen versus Aljo. Excuse me. I'm going to burp a lot tonight, it sounds like. But even if Aljo wins, I would love to see them run that back. At the end of the... I'm not saying that. Anyway, looking ahead, he's a lanky, long, tall bantamweight who should probably be a featherweight. He's only got a 2-inch reach advantage, which won't play that much into his favor. Because like you said, TJ Dillashaw's got 68, even for a small guy. Like, that's one of the longest in the division, even for a small guy. But more importantly, Cory Sandhagen's legs are going to be longer. I think he's going to utilize those kicks to his advantage. And really what I'm basing my pick on here is that TJ's going to have ring rust because he hasn't fought under, just slightly, under 2.5 years. His last fight, I do believe, was a loss. He got knocked out in his last fight against Cejudo. And I think he's a guy that in his fights we've seen get hurt, we've seen get damaged, and even if he hasn't gotten finished, he's got a good ability to recover. I'll give him that. But even if we haven't seen him get finished, he's managed to get hurt in a lot of these fights because he likes to firefight. He likes to stand in the pocket and throw. And really here I'm banking on Cory Sandhagen's fight IQ and his ability to read what TJ Dillashaw is going to do. This is actually an interesting perspective, which I'll give Gage equally amount of time, obviously, but I think TJ Dillashaw is very aware defensively. And I think when you're aware defensively and you anticipate certain things, you can show the guy you're fighting against, your opponent, kind of what you're going to do. And I think Cory Sandhagen is crafty enough to where I'm not sure if it's going to be a straight up spinning, maybe question mark, but I think Cory Sandhagen's going to get a read for TJ Dillashaw early in this fight. And second round, I'm going Cory Sandhagen by TKO, head kick, and Cory Sandhagen gets the next title shot in the bantamweight division.
This is no means any shot on Cory Sandhagen because I believe in Cory Sandhagen. I think he is a top 5 bantamweight. However, I'm going to have to disagree with my boy Zebo here. I mean,
Son of a bitch.
there is no way possible that we can have this show and agree with every pick.
Son of a bitch. This is where I lose. If
This
you're a
is where
better and you want to take underdog value, I'll probably pick the 4 main cards right that I agreed with Gage, and Gage will get the main event right. Regardless, somebody's going 5-0 this week, which have you ever done that before?
I have not been 5-0.
Neither have I. Somebody's going 5-0 this week for the first time ever. So if you're a calf kick experience historian, let Gage explain his pick, but this is huge.
I'm almost always right on the main card, main event. Yeah, fuck this guy right here. He's a piece of shit. Anywho,
Fuck you.
let me tell you why I believe in Cory Sandhagen, to say the least. I think he has phenomenal striking. I think he has phenomenal diversity. He's only lost that I've seen, been able to witness, was against Aljamain Sterling, who is the paper champ of the bantamweight division via a rear naked choke where he got caught early. However, on the opposite side, we have the CEO of EPO. Yes, I know he's a cheater and that he's taken in performance enhancing drugs. However, he was also the champion well before he ever got busted. His cardio is weaponized. His fighting is severely weaponized. I know that sounds stupid to say, but this guy, he fucking rocked people. For as small as he is, he's been small in other fights. Just absolutely rocked people. I know he lost to Dominic Cruz, who was a couple inches taller and had a reach advantage. He got fucking touched up by Dominic Cruz, but Dominic Cruz also got fucking touched up by him and took a lot more damage. That was a toss up, in my opinion, looking back at that fight. Now, looking at Cory Sandhagen in this fight, Cory Sandhagen is what, 3 inches taller than Dominic Cruz was, but he's only been in what, one or two uh 5-round events, right? Yes.
Yeah. And he doesn't usually, I don't think he's ever made it 5 full rounds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my point exactly is that our boy TJ Dillashaw has, and that's no problem for him. He's been in the spotlight. He knows where he's at. He knows that he has to come back and make a splash. They gave him a fucking layup. All he has to do is finish it. And that's what he knows he has to do. He has to make a name for his son. He has to make a name for himself, that he's not a cheater and that he can come back clean and fucking kick everybody's ass. There's a reason he was a fucking champ. There's a reason that he's gone 5 rounds with fucking everybody. He's a fucking champion. TJ Dillashaw. He's gonna fucking do it. And that's no doubt in my fucking mind. Let's go to the fucking odds.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. I have to make that known that, what's the worst liquor you can think of, Gage? I'll do a shot of gin on the show next weekend if TJ Dillashaw wins. That's how confident I am. And that's how confident I am that Gage is an asshole.
We will do rumple shots next week if Dillashaw loses. I'll do a shot of rumple if Dillashaw loses next weekend.
So look, calf kick experience viewers and fans, we have a shot, a nasty, gross fucking shot on the line for this week. I got Sandhagen. He's got Dillashaw. But at the end of the day, I don't think Dillashaw's gas tank is going to hold up. I think if this fight gets...
his gas tank is fine.
I think if this fight gets longer, it's going to favor Sandhagen, personally. But however, it seems like maybe you have a differing opinion. I don't think this fight's going to last very long. And I think the only advantage that TJ has over Cory Sandhagen will be in wrestling. So if we see TJ come out and wrestling heavy and try to get this fight to the ground, given the Aljamain Sterling example, I'm not really sure what Cory Sandhagen can do on the ground. But from the striking aspect, Cory Sandhagen, I'll give you this. I'll start off by shitting on myself. His last two wins, Marlon Moraes and Frankie Edgar, guys that are not widely considered to be great anymore. But what Cory Sandhagen did against them, I can't tell you maybe anybody in the bantamweight.
Phenomenal.
I can't tell you anybody, maybe not no. I can't tell you anybody in the bantamweight division that's doing that to people. So, do I think he gets a highlight reel knockout of TJ Dillashaw? No, probably not. But like, I think he'll utilize the knees. I think he'll get just enough damage done to squeak out a 10-9 in the first round. And by the second round, I think he'll have a read on Dillashaw. But I guess we're looking at odds and I guess we're making bets. So you see anything tasty, Gage? Read us the odds.
All right. We have the Sandman, Cory Sandhagen, coming at minus 175 on multiple sites. We have TJ Dillashaw coming at plus 165 is the best odds you can get him at. Look, he might have been out for 2+ years, but we've seen plenty of fighters, i.e. John Jones and others, come back from PED use and come back and win and retake their division. I am very surprised that they give Dillashaw a non-title belt or bout. Excuse me. I think he could beat Piotr on. I think he could also touch a Aljamain Sterling. So TJ Dillashaw for the fucking win. Zach, are you seeing anything here that entices you prop bet wise?
I'm actually gonna ask you to stall me for just another minute because I'm having three little ideas right now. They're not 3-fight parlays. They're not probably gonna be your big monies of the night.
I mean, I honestly think plus 350 for Dillashaw via TKO/KO is fucking phenomenal. Because
I
if you think that Dillashaw is going to win, I mean, obviously he can win by KO, but why not hedge your bet plus 350 at TKO/KO?
No,
And
you
plus
actually just stole the words out of my mouth. That
and
was what I was
plus
thinking.
and if you really want to hedge your bets, if you think Dillashaw's gonna win plus or money line, fuck it, throw in Sandhagen wins by submission at plus 2,000. You ain't losing there. I'm honestly gonna say if you're not sold on this fight, bet plus 2,000 on Sandhagen via submission.
That is might be the most interesting thing I've heard so far from you in this podcast, Gage. I don't know if Sandhagen's going to get a submission. I just don't think so. However, one of the things we failed to mention that was really interesting I heard this week so far, it's only Monday. So heard this week, heard last week, heard over the weekend, whatever you want to call it. But back in Colorado, when TJ the Snake Dillashaw first fucked over Team Alpha Male, I think that's part of the reason that I can't pick him is because of the way he did Uriah Faber and Cody Garbrandt and the boys in Sacramento. Regardless, I heard plenty this week, and it may or may not be true. You know how you can trust the media, but Cory Sandhagen was whooping up on TJ Dillashaw years ago before he was even a professional when they were training together. I don't think that's going to play into what we're looking at here because I think they're both better. I think they're both completely different fighters here. But Gage kind of took one of my bets that at plus 350, Dillashaw by TKO, if you're going to take him, take that positive money. He's not going to win a decision. I don't think either of these guys is a decision fighter by any means. I don't see this going 5 rounds, especially when I'm not sure what either guy has in the gas tank. But let's see what I made over here.
Also, fuck this Maui Jim looking motherfucker for saying that Cory Sandhagen beat him before he was professional. I have to say one thing He's been fighting one of the best bantamweights in the entire world, even though he just lost his title in Bellator, the fucking B League. Uh, the Spaniard, who we bet on a few weeks ago, obviously.
Juan Archuleta.
Yep, absolutely. He's been training with Juan Archuleta for the past quite some time. So you just have to put that in consideration that he's not been training with some fucking schmucks from the street. He's been training with the Spaniard, Juan Archuleta, who is a former Bellator champion. So that's just for your brain.
No, I got a couple bets. Like I said, I agree with Gage 100%. If you're betting Dillashaw, take that plus 350 money on the TKO or KO, and you might end up richer than me this weekend. But I see some value. It's a two fighter, so I'm not even sure if we can really call it a parlay. It's more of a little teaser, like I've been saying all week. Say all week because we release these videos in sessions most of the time, but minus 175 for Sandhagen money line with minus 155 that the fight is under 3.5 rounds. I don't have anything under 3.5, but you make 79.29, you pay out at $130. Pretty solid. And then the other one I had here was there it is. It was Sandhagen money line at minus 175. And then, as much as we like Dillashaw by TKO or KO, I'm going to take Sandhagen by TKO or KO. And at plus 150, that little parlay is going to win you $126 and pay you out $176. So
I will kiss this motherfucker's ass on camera if this shit happens because I know it's fucking not.
everybody that follows, subscribes, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, the Calf Kick Experience, hold that man to that. And I'm not waxing my asshole.